Did you know that there are entire dev studios and publishing houses dedicated to doing nothing but putting out games on the Dreamcast? Hey, what's up everyone? GameDad here, and I am super stoked today because I got a care package from the folks over at Wave Studios, and if you don't know who Wave Studios are, they are actually taking older games and, games from different platforms, things like that, and bringing them over to the Dreamcast. And one of the other companies that has actually been working very closely with them is Video Games New York, or VGNY Soft. And they've come together and they have sent over some games, and I am super excited to give you all a quick kind of overview of what they have sent. But before we dive in, if you're new to the channel or you just haven't yet, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell. That way you can alert every time I get a new video coming out. Now, both Wave Studios and VGNY Soft have been coming up with tons of releases to bring to the Dreamcast, and I know at least with VGNY Soft, they also do a ton of stuff on Switch and other platforms as well. But today, we are talking about a stack of releases that they have sent me, and what we're going to do is get these games open, and I'm going to show you some gameplay footage, give you my thoughts on the games, and then I will also provide some links down below. That way, if you want to be able to pick up a copy of these games, you can. Now, I will say that these games were sent to me for review and to be able to check out, but I am in no way being paid by VGNY Soft or Wave Studios, and all thoughts in this video are my own. Alright, so let's quickly go through the list right here. We got Postal, and this one is Wave Studios and VGNY Soft. We got Shadow Gangs, which is also Wave Studios and VGNY Soft. And then we also got Hermes, which is Wave Studios and VGNY Soft. Actually, this one is not Wave Studios. It's VGNY Soft and Retro Guru. So Video Games New York is primary on there. But then we got this from Wave Studios and Low Tech Games. That is Flea. And then also, and I actually have every single version of this game because I wanted to support my buddy John Riggs. He came out with his own homebrew game called Yeah Beavis 2, and Wave Studios worked with him. They did a PAL release and a North American release of the Dreamcast game. There is also an NES game. It's on Switch, it's on Steam, it's everywhere, and it's super fun. But I have the Rigged Games and Wave Studios one right here, and this one I believe is the PAL version one. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and crack all these open. I'm gonna show you what comes inside of these, and then we're gonna go over some gameplay. Alright, so taking a quick look inside each of these, I got all of the plastic wrap off them all. Here is Postal. They give you, with all of these, they give you some nice screenshots on the back, nice little description. They show you what's compatible on it. When you open these up, it looks like they actually have reversible booklets. So this one has white or black on that side. You have a super clean looking pressed disc on there. So that's really nice. Then the next one is Shadow Gangs, and they do something kind of similar. You get one cover art right here, or you get a different cover art whenever you open it up. And it looks like, I don't know if that's the guy you play as or if that's the boss, but tell me that's not Freddie Mercury. Like, I don't know how that's not Freddie Mercury as the person you're playing as. That is an iconic mustache. But we have that one right there with Shadow Gangs. Next up is Hermes, and this is a game that came out quite a while ago, I believe. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's the original cover art for Hermes right there. But then again, very nice clean pressed disc in there. So that is very cool. And I believe this one, the disc is actually a soundtrack as well. So you can just put it in a CD player or something. Now let's see here with Flea. This one, as with all the others, it comes with a full instruction manual, and this one I believe is 2 disc. So you have the Flea disc right there, and then open that up, and you have the soundtrack right there. So that's a nice touch. And then, of course, we have Yeah Beavis 2. Open this one up, and you get your manual, you get your pressed disc, and yeah. So all of these come with what you would expect. It's kind of cool that you get some soundtracks in there as well. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the gameplay footage, give you my thoughts about the games, and go from there. Now, here we have Hermes, and this is a fun little platformer where the objective is to catch the chicken. Now, I have no idea if that's actually even possible, but I do know that you can go around eating all kinds of food and donuts and stuff, but be careful how much you eat, because if you eat too much, then you're actually going to lose a life. And here we have a deliciously violent game called Postal, where the object of the game is to, well, go postal and take everything and anything out. And yeah, this is an old school PC game. It's a lot of fun, but boy, is this ever a violent game, and I'm pretty sure it was banned in my area whenever I was a kid. Up next, we have Shadow Gangs, and this one is just platforming and beat-em-up action at its finest, and it gives me strong Shinobi vibes, and that is not a bad thing at all because I love playing Shinobi, and this is kind of that with updated graphics and gameplay, and it's just a ton of fun to play. And here we have Flea, where you get to play as one of the lovely little bloodsuckers themselves, and what's kind of cool in this game is you really have to monitor how you're doing your jumping, because the Flea is always jumping, so you can kind of control what's happening. That way you can get all the collectibles in each stage and move on without dying. But be careful, because this game is difficult. And here we have Yeah Beavis 2, and this game is just classic arcade platformer, take out the bad guy, get the high score, kind of good fun. And I am definitely partial to this game because, well, my buddy John made it. So that's awesome, and this game is super fun and super addicting. And there you have it, everyone. That was all of the games that were sent to me from the folks over at Wave Studio and VGNY Soft. And super excited to have these in the collection. I love seeing old games being ported in a new era, but also for old consoles. It's really fun. And like in the case of John Riggs' game, Yeah Beavis 2, it's really cool to see an actual pressed copy of a game from a buddy of mine. So that's awesome. And Yeah Beavis 2, excellent platformer. It's super fun, and it just like screams of that old NES style game, and it's awesome. Flea was super fun. It can definitely get brutally hard at times, but I still enjoyed it. It's one of those ones where it's like, okay, just one more. Hermes, that was another really fun one. Not what I expected. I've never played a game where if you collect everything, it makes you poop. But okay, that's Hermes for you. Shadow Gangs, very fun. I love Shinobi, and this is very Shinobi-esque. I even have, like, right off camera right here where you can't see it, I actually have a full-size Shinobi arcade. Super fun game, and yeah, awesome to have that one. Now, I remember when Postal came out when I was a kid, and I remember it actually being banned in a lot of areas all around me. Like, you couldn't find Postal anywhere because it was just so graphic and violent. But cool to be able to have it in the collection now. It was one of those games where I'd completely forgotten about it until it showed up in the mail, and I was just like, oh wait, I remember that game. But again, huge thank you to the folks over at Wave Studios and VGNY Soft for sending these games over. I am super stoked to have these. Now, if you liked today's video, or if you want to check out any of these games, then be sure to check the description down below for links to where you can get these, as well as checking out that comment section and letting me know about what you thought about today's video. And while you're down there, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell. That way you can alert every time I got a new video coming out. And a huge thank you and shout out to all of my patrons that you are seeing on screen right now. You all are awesome. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.